So we're probably gonna stay like 3 days in San Juan in a hotel, and then 3 days at another hotel on the other side of the island. Just for the fuck of it, just to hang out over here for a little bit. We'll be in this part of town, and then go over here. So that me and Crystal. So that this way, at least it's like, I don't have to travel too far. Like I want a hotel.
Yeah.
With the beach. Like, this is Puerto Rico. There should be beaches everywhere. So the hotel, I should be able to walk outside and onto the beach. That's
my headset is definitely working this time.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe I plugged that one and not this one, so I just plugged all the headphones in today.
No, it is definitely working.
Just make sure like all the headphones are in, and just
I hear it.
That cable's on order. When it comes in, we got to move the damn sofas again, and
but then we're done.
Yeah,
like we'll put the hooks, finish this cord, and we're like done skis.
Yeah.
So
then it's all basically set at that
I was
point.
just sent a video from the Ren Fair that somebody told me I was in, so I don't know. I'll watch it then. Somebody's like, "Oh yeah, you made it in the fucking montage." For
Bro, you were choking the shit out of this little boy, but hey, you're in the montage.
Do you want that? I'm offering it to you.
There's only two, so
that's a real friend.
You want half?
If you break
Split
it,
go for half.
I'll eat it. Yeah,
I ain't breaking shit.
Exactly. This motherfucker, I knew he was gonna eat the whole thing himself. So that's why.
To be fair, I thought there was 3.
Take a piece, sir.
But when you get to the register and you're like, oh man,
fucking Nelson.
You get to the register and there's only 2. You're like, oh man, well, not going back.
Oh well, one of my friends is gonna be fucked.
But these are delicious, bro. I love a good cannoli.
Oh my god, what the hell? Oh yeah.
I think all day I had 2 eggs for breakfast. I had 3 empanadas for lunch, and cannoli. Not too bad. And when I'm done with this, I'm gonna hit the bike for 45.
There you go.
One thing I had to learn the hard way. You know what? Start it up.
We'll talk about this.
Welcome to DJ Eddie Ed. Worst DJ ever. Nelson.
Yeah.
We're all eating. He says, "Let's start it now."
My job is chaos, and I never, ever, ever let you guys down.
No, you don't.
Yeah, thank you.
You never disappoint. This cannoli is fantastic.
Oh, it is. What were we talking about?
We were going to talk about something on the podcast.
You were getting on the bike 45 minutes after.
Oh, yeah. So I did not know that this was a thing. So first week, I'm like 20 minutes. I did 60 minutes a day, but like 20-minute successions, right? So I figured get my body used to it. So then this last week, Monday, I'm like, I'm going to do 45 straight, but like the harder class. So I worked up to last week where I was doing 40 minutes and then like a 20-minute kind of like a cool down. Nothing really crazy, right? Slow, steady ride. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm ready for it. Put myself on a 45-minute like pyramid. You're like, going up higher, faster, and then all the way down, right? And I didn't know that there's this thing that you can get in your feet from the shoes that causes like almost like a tendonitis of your foot, like inflammation, pain. So I'm thinking, of course I blame jujitsu.
Plantar fasciitis.
Yeah. Of course I blame jujitsu. I'm like, fuck, I know I hurt my foot during jujitsu.
Trying to think of what asshole put me in an ankle lock. Who was it?
Well, to be fair, usually jujitsu is the culprit for a lot of body aches. It's like, it puts a lot. I saw that.
It is the first thing to point to.
This man's fucking. For those of you watching on YouTube, goddamn, Nelson.
Don't worry, waste not, want not. So, yeah,
Nelson's making love to this cannoli.
I automatically thought jujitsu, and it wasn't. And then I was talking to my father, and he's like, "I bet it's those shoes." And my father's like, he's a good guy, but he'll blame everything for everything. And you're like, yeah, you're like, I'm like, man, the plumbing needs to be fixed. Sell the house. I'm like, that's an extreme. It's like, I got to change my refrigerator. Oh, man, the lightning took it out. Sell the house. I'm like, no. Buy a new fridge. Maybe sell the house in a couple of years. But right now, we're good.
Right now, we're not selling the house.
We're keeping the fucking house. So he's an extremist.
Well, we need those type of people, you know?
Yeah, we definitely do. We definitely. So I told him about the shoe. I told him about the bike. He's like, it's definitely the shoes. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Good
and
shoes make a difference, though, man.
Yeah,
You do.
So I bought a new pair. I got the special ones that don't. And I don't know, for whatever design purposes, do you need a piece of metal that sits right here in the front of your foot? Especially when you're trying to stand up and sit.
Yeah.
But the old shoes literally had like a slate of metal that, like, if you worked on a job and you needed those shoes that ran this way in the front
Steel
for
toe.
protecting your feet,
Instead of having
it's running this way right into your bone of your fucking foot.
So instead of having the metal shank under your foot for support when you're on the ladder, it was over the top of the foot, just digging right into all those little small bones and tendons and ligaments at the top of the foot.
So when I decide I'm going to push myself for health reasons, I'm walking with a limp for fucking 3 days.
Yeah, I'm so fucked up right now, it's not even funny. My thumb's fucked up, my shoulder's fucked up, my neck's fucked up. I have this like horrible like tendonitis in my bicep that like I'll be holding like this coffee mug right now. Even no matter how hot it is, I have to rest it on my leg because holding the weight of this fucking coffee mug is triggering my tendonitis.
So that means that today you kind of took it easy, right? You didn't do anything crazy, anything too strenuous.
Nothing heavy down in Miami at the...
Nothing like a Muscle Beach kind of event.
I may or may not have attended the Gymshark Lift Nation event.
It's like, I got one good shoulder, one good arm, and a bad knee, but fuck
it was so much testosterone. Like, there was so many fucking dudes just it was like an outside Venice Beach, California gym, like right there in Miami. It was a beautiful day.
Nice.
And like people were lifting, and I saw a bunch of dudes on the bench, and I was like, "Fucking."
As one does.
Can I work in with you? Like I know what to do. Like
Is this an everyday event now, or
no?
Is this
It was a
for
special
weekend?
thing. It was mainly geared towards like it was really big in the Gymshark, like Gymshark's female line because they had like a female lifting competition, and there were some girls there moving some fucking weight. I mean, there were some girls there deadlifting some numbers. I was like, God damn! Like I don't even know if I can move that.
CrossFit has brought out that some women are like, oh, we do enjoy this. I don't mind getting a little bigger. And, I do have fun moving the weights. It's like, a couple of them have realized, the guys that are doing this in the gym, it's because it's fun.
Yeah.
And there's some of you out there, you'll find it fun too. Once you kind of start moving some numbers, they're like, this is a good fucking time.
I went along with it. There was a lot of influencers there. I bought an outfit mainly because when I went down there, I got Cuban coffee
Is it pink?
at a local cafe.
All right.
Is it pink?
No, it's actually gray camo, and it's these fucking shorts.
Oh, all right.
These hoochie daddy shorts.
I like that. All right. Okay.
But I spilled coffee all over myself right as we were pulling into the fucking parking lot. I was like, well, now I'm buying a shirt. All right. So,
but you were at least in the right area with the right physique where you could be like, I'm just going to take my shirt off and I'll find a shirt along the way.
I did actually take my shirt off as I searched for a shirt.
It is an appropriate venue.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I was not in the shape some of these fucking dudes were. Some of these dudes, like there were dudes outside lifting. I was like, these guys are massive. Like, I mean, like professional bodybuilder, massive. I was like, holy fuck.
Definitely
like,
on the juice.
There are dudes there geared out of their fucking mind, like curling with 70-pound dumbbells, just fucking curling as if it's a 30. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Do you think that some of these women are overcompensating for weak ass men in their lives? They're like, well, somebody's got to open this jar of pickles.
It is, yeah. Well, maybe. It's weird though when you see some of them because there were some women there, like the real high level CrossFitters, and like you can tell some were like Instagram models, like, but like they're beautiful in their face. But like their body, like they look like a fucking barbarian in a video game. They look like a barbarian Diablo. Like their body looks like they could crush your fucking head with their thighs. Yeah. But like their face is a model. It's a beautiful Swedish model. Right. Just fucking traps next to it. I was like, okay. Yeah. I was like, she's stunning, but she looks like she'd beat the fuck out of me if I didn't vacuum. Look at that. Like if she told me to vacuum and you didn't vacuum, you're getting fucked up. Like it's like, god damn. Like damn. Like just vacuum the house.
Some people like that lifestyle, though, man. I tell you.
I mean, Sarah's fucking starting to scare me a little bit, man. She's like,
is this why you work so hard at the gym?
I don't know, because I can't be lacking. You know?
She'll come for you. She'll come for you.
Yeah. She does every now and then. Sing pow, sing pow. Hey. But yeah, so you know, it's We're getting old, man. Our body's falling apart. I know you guys are always injured. That's why when I moved in.
Fuck yeah, man.
I didn't even ask you guys to help when I moved in.
Yeah,
I was like,
no,
fuck, Ed's got bad knees.
I would have brought like those little things at the airport and just like guided you guys up the stairs, like to the left.
Well, I figured.
To the left.
Especially when you guys said that you were here working on the studio. I was like, I'm not going to ask these guys to carry up. Because I live on the 3rd floor. I'm like, hey, I know you guys are.
We would have came. We would have came.
I know you would have. And that's why I didn't ask. Because I'm not going to do that to you guys.
I would have been like, hey, Sierra, bend with the knees.
Oh. Hey, do you guys want to carry a fucking couch up to the 3rd floor in a shitty, narrow staircase? No, you don't. You do not.
No, I appreciate
Nobody
it.
wants to do that.
Yeah, look, you did the
and
right
that's
thing.
the reason I didn't ask, because I knew you guys would have came.
It's fucking
Ed for
great.
sure.
Yeah, for sure. Ed definitely me on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Like, I got you. You need water?
What about
I have
Saturday?
a towel.
What are you doing Saturday?
Saturday?
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
What are you doing?
Oh, what am I doing this Saturday? I'm like, what did I do this Saturday? I had to work. That wasn't fun.
I remember that. That's 2 weeks ago. What are you doing this Saturday?
This Saturday, I should be free. And as a matter of fact, what I'm going to plan on doing is
Let's hear it.
using a vacation day on Friday. So this way, they know, like, hey, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I am unavailable.
He's busy. He's busy.
Yeah.
He
You see
took
the
a day
logic
off.
here. You see the logic here.
Yeah.
Because I really want to go to the Ren Fest. I didn't get to use my costume last time. And fuck it. Barbarian for the Lord of the Rings weekend is happening.
That's fair. You can be a Barbarian for Lord of the Rings weekend.
The amount of people that are dressing up and they're just doing whatever there's a lot of whatever outfit I have the one, and they're wearing the one.
Why not?
I was blown away at how many people were at the last Ren Fair. It was
yeah.
the most I've ever seen.
It was
There
never
were a lot
seen
of people
crowd
in costume, too.
And
right?
I would say 70%.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
just up.
And
And
it was
some of the
packed.
costumes, I was like, damn, girl, like,
Yeah.
what are you wearing?
And
Yeah.
she was there on She was there on opening
it's
day.
funny that when I said it, you knew
I
exactly,
knew exactly
what
who
I'm
it
talking
was.
about. There was a barbarian woman there that, what are you wearing? You are naked. You are fucking naked.
The opening day outfit had less on.
Damn.
How? And then what the hell is that chick from One Piece? Nami?
I didn't see the
Her
Nami.
ass was, I was like, God damn, what is happening? And these women were stacked.
Nami.
There is a little bit of the anime convention influence making its way into the Ren
they
Fair.
do wear prosthetics. A lot of them.
Surprisingly, no cat made
Yeah,
men.
but no cat made men.
No cat made men.
Yeah, they stay home.
Yeah, so far
When they're allowed out, they go places.
Maybe this one. Maybe this one.
Oh God! I hope for their sake, no, because my mouth is a running. Like, so that's what you chose, huh?
Cat made man.
Twice in 1 year.
I think that outfit's
You're feeling awfully comfortable in that cat made there, broskies.
You know, I was thinking about maybe ordering one. You know? Wear it here on the podcast for you.
Just to spite me.
Just to spite you.
How dare you? So I tell you what. Change the subject. I am really enjoying Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I've heard mixed things, but I'm enjoying it so far too. I'm on episode 4, and I, from an outside perspective, me being someone who never watched the cartoon, it wasn't my thing. I missed it. I think.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I think it's a solid show. My girlfriend, who worships the show, like the animated show was her favorite animated show of all time, she still thinks it's good.
Yep.
So there's a fan. There's a
I've
diehard
seen
fan that's
all
enjoying
of the Avatar cartoons, including the second one, the Legend of Korra. And I loved every bit of it. What they're doing with this series, and I'll tell you because I've seen it to completion without giving away any spoilers. It ends it very nicely on book 1. So, like, if you've seen the cartoons, like, there's different chapters, book 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't rush it to the point where, like, you need to get to the whole end goal. They take it to book 1, give you a nice conclusion, and there was...
So book 1 is season 1?
Yes.
Of the cartoon.
Yes.
I was even asking Sierra the pacing. Like,
Yeah.
As we got through episode, I was like, so how many episodes in the cartoon? And the way she explained it, like episode 1 was kind of like 2.5, 3 episodes in the cartoon. So like, you're moving in about 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yes, and half-hour-long episodes to, like, 1-hour-long TV show. So they did it justice with the pacing.
I mean, the cartoon, they took their time with the story as well. They didn't rush it, and they also didn't overstay their welcome.
Correct.
And just because it was a cartoon, it wasn't like children's cartoons where they're talking down to the audience. They're like, we're going to believe that you're capable of keeping up with the story. We're going to give you the good story. It's going to be at a good pace. Every episode is going to continue that story. It's not like each episode is self-contained where it finishes the thing, even though there is a little bit of that. So it was like a properly done, story that the whole family really could watch and enjoy.
I mean, I would say that Avatar is probably the second biggest show in the history of Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest one, I think, you can't really argue with SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
That was like a goddamn religion.
That was a Goliath.
Yeah,
SpongeBob SquarePants.
People still make stupid ass references.
Yeah. The memes are still alive and vibrant.
So that's why I said, with all due respect to SpongeBob,
Yes.
the greatest Nickelodeon show of all time, I would put Avatar: The Last Airbender at 2.
Yeah, for sure. And I will tell you this, like, there was a lot of surprising moments of like the casting. I'm like, oh, that's a great character. That's a great actor. That's a great actor. Along the way, they've managed to pull in really good actors and actresses.
A lot of Asians, which is good.
To play the roles. Yeah, definitely. I think they did a very good job.
And Samuel Jackson's nowhere to be seen.
I'm sure he's going to come in with like
Season
a
2.
purple flame. He's going to have a purple flame. He's not going to have the regular flame.
It's amazing how when you
He'll be a fuck bender.
when you just,
I'm a dick bender.
What a horrifying power.
You've gone too far, sir. You've gone too far. Oddly enough, there is someone capable of doing this dick bending in the Avatar show.
Yeah.
So and they're not a part of this season, but in the mythology,
There's a dick bender?
there's a blood bender.
Well,
So they can bend the blood
Only
in
if
your
you have
body.
if you have an erection.
Well, they could give it to you because blood travels into
So the bloodbender
lifting
could give you an erection and,
and
then
then
bend it.
take it away. Oh, that's the
Fucking
worst.
bloodbender.
That's kill me now.
I remember I was arguing with Sierra because she said she was talking about some girl. I guess it's a girl
Tough.
that's for the Fire Kingdom
Ooh, okay.
who
yes.
can bend lightning.
Yes.
But I'm like, wait, fire bender and lightning bender, those are not the same thing.
They are not.
What does bending fire and bending like the buildup of neutrons between them?
there's like a level up that some people can get to. So
I get
even-
water and ice. I get that.
So the fire, if you get far enough along, you can start dealing with lightning. But if you do it wrong, it could be fatal to yourself.
Right. I was gonna say
And
lightning's
then-
a whole other beast.
But then even the earthbenders, some of them can go as far as start bending metal as well.
They can master something so well that they can take some things that are just elementally the same but also different
So what do you
and
get?
work into
What do you
it.
get when you bend wind really good? Like,
So what we found is waterbenders can bend blood when they master it. Those become bloodbenders, but it's an
Because it's
evil
liquid.
art. It's an evil art.
so it's
Yes.
this dark side of water.
Firebenders can bend lightning at some point.
Which is very
Earthbenders
Palpatine.
can bend metal.
Yeah.
Airbenders, I don't think they've
Smoke.
done
So
anything
one of
else
the
with the
things
airbenders.
they've
Poison? I don't know.
One
Nothing
of the
that I've
things
seen
that they've
that I
hinted
remember.
at with the airbenders when they attack the air temple.
Oh, I know what it is. They can take away bending. There are certain airbenders, or is it just the Avatar himself?
That's an Avatar thing. But what they've shown is one of the masters of the air temple. So like they show him, he's in the room. Everything around him is still kind of pristine. Everyone else that was a firebender, there's fire all around him. Everyone is dead. And it looks as if he sucked the oxygen out of the room and just suffocated everybody.
Well, that's-
He's like, you're coming for me? You're all dead.
That's pretty dark. That's
So,
pretty dark. Stealing people's
just
too.
pull the air out of the room or out of everyone's lungs.
Okay, so apparently what people are saying on Reddit is airbenders' advanced technique becomes astral projection. So that's their next level of airbending. And also it's not just the avatars. It's so avatars mastered that technique, but they kept it to themselves because they didn't want anybody else knowing how to take airbending away, because there's a whole story arc with Korra where people that didn't have airbending power learn how to bending powers at all, learn how to take bending away from people.
Because the main story, there's only one airbender left.
Yes.
So like, there's not a lot of focus on like, hey, what's the next level of airbending? You're like,
Right.
his focus is learning everything else.
Yeah.
So it's a little less explored than the other.
So it's
the
not
other
until you
three.
get into the Legend of Korra that airbenders start coming back. He starts having a family. His family starts having incestuous sex, and then they start having more airbenders, and then So and then it also delves deeply into the spirit world in the Avatar as well. And there's some episodes that you probably haven't gotten to yet, where Aang starts going into the spirit world, which affects the mortal world. Yeah. So it gets very spiritual.
I saw the one episode with the village where he meets up with the one Avatar of the past. And I saw that.
But some of it is it is the type of thing where like the person that's doing the airbending is essentially usually the main character. Mm-hmm. So when you're delving into deeper powers, you're like, is this the airbender or is this the avatar power? Mm-hmm. They also had some people that are doing a little bit of a swampy bending thing in one of
which is also
swamp benders.
So there are sand benders, which are also earth benders, and there are swamp benders, which are
kind of like water
they're
benders.
They're just like Banjoey.
Yeah.
They're like, this is our element. It's
they're
swamp,
dirty.
so we're using the vines and everything.
They're very dirty. We don't talk about the swamp benders anymore.
They're barely human.
They listen to Tim McGraw.
Yeah. Goddamn swamp bender.
Yeah, like, Aang flies on a bison. You've seen the air bison.
Yeah,
like,
the big old fat beaver tail.
Yeah, in the swamp they got like licatodes with like metal balls hanging off of his back.
Yeah.
The metal nutsacks they put on the trucks. Yeah.
What the fuck is it? Appa?
Yeah.
Appa the fucking air bison.
That was all
right.
If you watch the cartoon, it really has good lore, mythology. Like, they really create a full world.
I gave them credit for the air bison. I gave them credit. That's a unique thing. But the large birds they were riding, they ripped that right from Final Fantasy.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
That's a fucking chocobo. I pointed that out to Sierra too. I was like, they're riding chocobos.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, when did Final Fantasy came out? I'm like, 1991. Fuck off. This is way before Avatar. Way before Avatar. Don't even come at me with that dumb shit. No, chocobos. That's a chocobo.
They have some pretty unique stuff, but they have some overlapping things as well. Yeah, they have a Lickalotopus as well.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. The reality, that whole story arc is very dark and gritty. I'm just saying. Yeah.
It's a little difficult to have something completely uniquely new, especially after like Dungeons and Dragons and Lord of the Rings. They kind of swept up and created everything, and after those two, it's like, what can you add into, the realm of creatures that hasn't at least been slightly touched on somewhere else already?
I always credit either Conan the Barbarian and Lord of the Rings with everything. Mm-hmm. Like, Lord of the Rings is like epic fantasy, which is your elves, your dwarves, your orcs, shit like that. And then Conan was sword and sorcery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big muscle guy running around like the crazy chicks in suggestive outfits and sorcerers like that.
Kind of like Muscle Beach.
Yeah.
Very similar, right?
Well, I mean,
they're wielding steel.
If you think about sword and sorcery movies, like all time, I mean, Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
for sure,
in my opinion, is the gold standard.
For sure.
That and like you could argue Excalibur, like that has Patrick Stewart and shit, like the original one from the 81, like that one. Like, I mean, fuck. Mm-hmm. Those are like some of the best sword and sorcery movies.
And they keep trying to retell that story, but it's never quite as big as the previous.
I will tell you, my childhood fantasy before Lord of the Rings was a fantasy TV show was Merlin.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was big.
The one with Sam Neill from
it was like a 3-hour epic.
It was a TV special.
Yeah.
It had the weird chick that's always in Tim Burton's movies.
Yes.
Yep.
It had
Ed Grimley.
Yeah.
Played that little weaselly guy. Martin Short was in it.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, that was like our first real take at like, oh, this is kind of taking itself very seriously
Arthurian
in
legends,
this world.
Yeah.
I also did love everything King Arthur. Any kind of movie, even the one with the guy that slaps women. What's his face?
Oh fuck, Sean Connery. First date. Yeah. Listen. First night. Listen. Sean Connery is from a different time. And God bless Sean Connery. He's dead. Rest in peace. But he was such a good. He's my favorite James Bond of all time. It's still Sean Connery.
Listen, how are you gonna lose your lady to that guy,
bro? Easy. Even when they found out, that what was the
Lancelot?
No, what was the interview he did? It was That wasn't Barbara Streisand. Who the fuck?
Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters. There's a famous interview, and she even said, "Oh yeah, well this thing or this story emerged of you saying that every now and then you got to give a woman a good smack." Yeah. He didn't apologize. No, he doubled down.
Fuck yeah.
He's like, well, every now and then they say something, and they keep pushing and pushing. You got to give them a little smack.
Just a little smack.
It's like what? He's like never a closed fist. Just a little smack.
Just a little smack.
I was like, God damn, Sean. He didn't budge an inch. He didn't
He grew up in a different era.
He fucking died on that hill. He died on it. He was like, no.
They were talking about in the Joe Rogan Experience where, like, in the Shirley Temple movies, like, the mother was acting up, so the father grabs the mother.
And he
puts her on his lap and starts spanking her. And he's like, you know why I'm spanking your mother? Because you love her, Dad. That's right.
No, that's
how they thought.
That's how they portrayed shit.
Yeah. Still happens to Ian all the time.
I get slapped and shook. It's fucking terrible.
I start to wonder if he's doing it on purpose, though.
You'll never know.
Who walks into the room with a paddle like, all right, just get her over with.
I forgot to do the dishes.
Yeah. It's just him and Sean Connery.
I still, though, I admire how Sean did that interview, and he
didn't even bat a fucking eye,
He played it so well. Like he said, you just got to give her a little smack. And then Barbara Walters is like, well, what if she hits you back? And he's like, well, then maybe she likes it. And then, he goes, and then we go into a whole different area. I was like, God damn, Sean. Like, you were just a
He was looking at Barbara Walters like, hey, keep it up. You think I will slap you on camera? I'll do it. I'll do it.
So, who plays his role in the new Highlander?
I don't know who plays Ramirez, but they were saying, they were talking about Michael Fassbender being the Kurgan.
Okay.
And I know he's not a big and intimidating guy, but he's such a good fucking actor that I'm not going to argue. Like, okay, maybe it's a psychological.
Also a great name. Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender is such a good actor.
That's a great name.
We have time and Hollywood trainers.
Yes.
Trainers. They can always get them bigger.
Ramirez, Spanish guy. Fucking
Michael Fassbender.
No,
I don't even know who this guy is.
He's in everything. Mandalorian. Fucking.
Pedro.
Pedro Pascal. Ramirez.
Michael Fassbender. Oh, I can see that.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
He's not a big scary Kurgan, but
Magneto,
he's a psychological, intimidating Kurgan.
You got to say Magneto.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he's
the Spanish guy that's in everything.
Pedro Pascal.
No, the bald guy. You know what I'm talking about? Hector. Hector!
I would be completely fine with Pedro Pascal with a feather in his cap.
He's got too much. He has too much.
So does Henry.
But all right.
Exactly.
You win this time. You win this time.
Pedro Pascal.
I'm not gonna paddle you, bro. Stop trying to get me to fucking paddle you.
You will fucking spank me one day.
I see what you're doing here. You're making a play, and I'm not falling into it.
You just gotta give me a little schmuck. No, I'm telling you right now, that'd be a hell of a movie. Michael Fassbender. Because Michael Fassbender could be such a cold. Fuck you. He could be such a cold and sadistic villain. I could see him being a really good villain.
They make him a little more psychological. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think who else could be Ramirez. Like, I mean, that's a hell of a role to go into.
John Cena.
Come on, man. He could be the Kurgan. I don't know about
Kevin Hart.
Ramirez has to be suave.
They're in everything. You got to put one of them in there.
Ramirez has to be suave. He has to be
The Rock.
The Rock's too busy being a heel over in WWE.
And he's living life. He's enjoying.
He's back in the expensive shirts and making fun of the crowd.
Fuck yeah, man.
He told a guy in Salt Lake City, Utah, in the crowd, he said, "Shut up, fatty, or I'll slap the herpes off your face." I was like, God damn it. The Rock is back. I love it.
Beautiful.
I love it.
As he should be. Like, he's always playing a good guy, so it's hard. I'm trying to look up who would be a good Hispanic actor to take. Oh, he's young. Antonio Banderas.
I'm fine with Antonio Banderas being Ramirez. He's a good actor too.
Well, he's supposed to be an older.
He was supposed to be an older.
But
exactly.
how old is he now? I think he's in his 70s, Mr. Banderas.
He still gets away with it.
How old was Sean Connery? Antonio Banderas a couple years ago was in The Expendables.
He was, but he wasn't exactly a ripe old age of.
But I'm fine with him being a swordsman because he was in the 13th Warrior.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite sword and sorcery movies.
He was in Beowulf, wasn't he?
Was he?
Antonio Banderas did a version of Beowulf as well.
He might have.
Yeah, I never watched
It was pretty good. It was called something else, but it was fucking Beowulf.
The 13th Warrior.
The 13th Warrior. Yeah, that was it. That's
great.
Beowulf.
It's
That's
a great
the story
fucking
of Beowulf.
movie. It's a great movie. Yeah.
I really like that one too.
Yeah, I'm completely fine if he tries to do that role, but it's just such big shoes to fill with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Like he nailed that role. He taught Duncan MacLeod how to be a fucking swordsman. Like
they should make Ben Affleck a swordsman, but just to chop his head off, just to walk in and be like,
he dies.
He can only be.
He dies in.
You don't even get to finish the fucking shit,
bro. Who is he? The redhead sidekick? You just kill him off early?
Yeah, exactly.
We have Dune Part 2 coming out March 1st.
Yep. Yes,
Friday, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely going to go see it.
I'm going to go see it in theaters.
Because the next iterations or the next chapters are more fighting, more
it's going to get more into everything.
It's going to get more intense as we go along. And you did see her come out in her, like, cyberpunk outfit.
Yeah.
And, like, it was very bold of her to wear that, considering, like, the plastic around her ass cheeks. Like, if she'd have farted, you'd have known.
Oh, yeah.
She'd have fogged the
it
whole
would have
thing
blown
up.
out.
It would have fogged the whole screen up. And they'd be like, bro, Zendaya just fucking...
Don't eat anything all day. Just drink water.
Here's the question. She farts in the suit. Do you huff it?
No.
No?
No. That's not a good smell.
I might be huffing as Zendaya.
She looks like she smells like grass wheat already.
Move over, Tom Holland. Move over, Tom Holland.
Yeah, she's right at home at the farmer's market.
That's right. I'm huffing them farts. You know she's eating organic, too. That's going to smell horrible.
They were doing, they did like a little Venn diagram of all the
We are not going to talk about Zendaya.
No, we're not farting. We can move on past this. Thank you. See, they showed like Tom Holland Spider-Man, highly acclaimed movie. Venom, not so much. Tom Holland, another Spider-Man movie, fantastic rating. Venom 2, kind of shit the bed.
Yep.
And then Madam Web all the way at the end, like worst Spider-Man
what the fuck,
anything
What do you think's
ever.
going to happen? You can't make a universe out of Spider-Man's bad guys.
Yeah.
You can't
It doesn't work.
You're missing a key component here.
Yeah, the actual hero, the person you want to see.
So should there be a law put in place where they're like, hey, listen, we understand you bought this IP. However, you continue to do a shitty job with it. There should be like an overturned
I'm
law.
enjoying it. I'm enjoying watching them lose money.
Apparently, the lead, and I didn't bother to even confirm this. I heard the story, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to use it as actual headcanon.
Yeah.
She was almost commenting she feel like she got roped in. She thought it was a Marvel movie, not a Sony Marvel movie.
Oh, you
and the day it came out, she fired her representation.
You should have read the contract.
And
that's not Disney you're working for.
And then she was locked in.
Yeah. So
she's like, you fucking lied to me.
Or
this movie is in association with Marvel. Or it's not Marvel.
She took the movie role, knowing exactly what the fuck it was.
Take the money and run.
And then talked to her people, and they were like, all right, how can we spin this if this movie fucking sucks?
Which apparently it was so bad that they were like hoping for Shazam 2 numbers. Like it was that bad.
Here's the thing. It's
probably not even in theaters anymore.
I watched Aquaman 2.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It wasn't bad.
I heard it wasn't that bad of a movie.
It wasn't.
No, it really
as a matter
wasn't.
of fact,
it was doomed to fail, though.
It was better than Aquaman 1.
It was dead
not hard to
before it came out because of everything that's going on with DC, but it wasn't that bad of a movie. It really wasn't.
It was an enjoyable movie. I watched it and I was like, this really got fucking shoved under the bed for no reason because it's actually a pretty good movie.
It's just they were killing everything else in DC, so why are you going to go watch it? Why are you going to spend money to go when the universe is dead?
I'm burned out on fucking superhero movies.
Here's the other thing, too. Like, they used all 6 minutes of Amber Heard all over the movie. Like, they were very smart. They're like, yeah, we'll only put her in for 6 minutes.
It's like 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
Flash into her. They knew how to fucking sprinkle a little shit all over the place.
I'm not gonna think about superhero movies until July when I'm staring at Ryan Reynolds. That's the only time that's what I'm reserving all my...
Deadpool is gonna save the day this year. I really, really feel that way. What is the other Marvel movie that's
coming
out?
We can only hope because this is Ryan Reynolds under Disney's flag.
Yeah.
And he's... we can hope he can push the boundary.
He has taken a very hard stance with this.
Yep.
And in the trailer, he's talking about pegging in Disney.
Like
he used that in the same sentence.
He went in.
Yep.
So
pegging's not new to me, but it is.
It'll be interesting to see because the reality is you're not going to know if he got everything he wanted until either the Deadpool franchise is done or a couple of years later, because
Correct.
they're always under contract for X amount of time, and it won't be till whatever jackass executive got in the way is gone that they can say the full story of what they really wanted to go on.
I mean,
because we do know those a couple of things, but they've been pushing back on it. Like, no, this needs to be in the movie. So hopefully they get what they want, because at this point, he's fucking proved it. Give him the money and let him do the movie.
Right now, the biggest fumble I can think about is what Netflix did with Henry Cavill with The Witcher. But I assure you, if Disney fucks up and drives Ryan Reynolds out of the helm of Deadpool, that would be a more monumental fuck up.
So
financially and fan.
There is one more monumental fuck up that's going to piss you off more than this. So I have pictures of Rogue's ass in X-Men 97.
Don't even get me started.
Oh, yeah.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen this?
No, stop.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this?
It is.
Avert your eyes. Avert your eyes.
She was.
They nerfed her, bro.
She was caked up.
They nerfed the fuck out of her.
She was caked up in 97. She was caked
Bro,
up.
now she suffers from Nasitol and no ass at all.
That's right. I know. It's a fucking shame.
What? Oh, look at that. Look how terrible. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
there is no curvature, sir.
It's Disney.
That is flat Earth.
It's Disney.
That is flat Earth. For all my flat Earthers out there, your time has come.
I'm very excited for X-Men 97. That being said, I don't think I'm going to get Disney.
Very cleverly, they have said, the writers, directors, somebody in there, the X-Men franchise has said, if you are people online complaining about, how woke it's going to be in Rogue's ass, then you are the people that are going against the mutants. You're the people that's holding up the sign that says, kill all the mutants. I was like, that was clever. That was smart. But you still nerfed her.
Yeah, but also,
so fuck you.
But also, don't fuck it up.
Yeah, we want big ass mutants. What the fuck?
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
I want sex mutants. What the fuck?
I wonder what they're gonna do with the Gorgons or Mormons or what are the people that live under?
What in the fuck?
They live under. They live.
The people in the sewers.
The Mormons.
Gorgons?
The Mormons.
What are they? No, what are they
No,
called?
they're not the Mormons. The Mormons live in Utah. And they have multiple wives. The Gorgons is what fucking
It's the
Medusa
Mormons.
was.
Yeah, the Mormons.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Morlocks?
The Morlock. Morlocks or the Morlocks? It's Morlocks. Yeah, it's got. Oh fuck! It's got to be Morlocks. All right, let's Google this shit.
What do I feel like that's from Futurama? Instead?
No. They
were mutants, right?
Yeah, and they were their mutant powers affected them physically a lot.
It is the Morlocks.
Yeah, so they were all living in the sewer.
They are outcasts and rebels against the surface society. They're mutants typically. With such a mutation that they can't live in regular society, so they live underground.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it's the Morlocks. And, I don't know why fucking Guile from Street Fighter moved down there. And I fucked up.
First of all,
that's fucked up.
Don't you dare disrespect Guile. That is Paul Phoenix.
Listen, that
Tekken.
is not an American hero.
That is Paul Phoenix. That's Paul Phoenix from Tekken.
Yeah, so...
Look at the haircut. That's
I
Paul
do
Phoenix.
Believe the Paul Phoenix was a ripoff of Guile, though.
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, I guarantee you Guile was first.
Oh, man.
But if you look at the haircut...
I can only imagine what they're going to do with, the wokeness to the Morlocks.
I know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Guile's more blown out.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. His hair's kind
Just how you like him, huh?
Oh, fuck it.
Blown out. Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with the Morlocks. Here's a group of shunned people.
Yeah.
They're going to be, all non-binary, right?
I just want to see it go through one season.
If they do one fucking tell me your pronouns, and I'm going to fucking lose my shit.
They recently done it in Transformers.
With Morph. I know they did.
With Morph.
But that's the only exception. Because it actually makes sense.
In the comic books, though, Morph's a womanizing piece of shit.
Right, yes. But that also actually makes sense, right?
Is he going to be I'm fine to be gender fluid as long as he's still a womanizing piece of shit.
Yes.
Don't change who Morph is.
Yeah. Keep him who he is. He is the Pepe Le Pew of the X-Men. We need to have him.
They can't. I mean, I may get X-Men if it's a success. If it gets excellent ratings, the fans love it, and they're like, "Oh, this is the best fucking animated show on Netflix or on Disney Plus." Yeah. I may get it.
Okay, here's a question for you guys. Now, here's the caveat. I'm gonna ask you to pick a superpower, right? That you want, just one.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pick the side effect of having that power. Okay. Let's just So, all right, what superpower would you want?
If I could pick one?
One superpower.
One? Probably gonna go with fucking super strength like I always do.
Super strength. But every time you lift something, you have uncontrollable diarrhea.
I think I could still make money. I think I could
you can definitely make money.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be dehydrated as fuck.
That's fine with me. So I shit my ass out. That's fine. I put a diaper on and I break every deadlift record. That's fine.
You can never get a date. You always smell like shit, bro.
No.
You always smell like shit.
When I lift heavy.
Yeah, when you lift anything, you have
anything?
uncontrollable diarrhea.
Go fuck yourself. I would kill myself. No.
Edward, your turn.
So I've always came down to the best power to take is reality warping.
Reality warping?
You give yourself anything at that point.
Okay.
You're fucking God.
Okay, so reality...
You're fucking God?
Yeah.
If you wanted to, yes, you
reality
are.
all right, whatever, man. Whatever you're into.
Reality warping, but every woman in your reality must have X-Men 97 rogue ass.
That's hell. That's hell. That's hell on earth. Bunch of flat... Never mind. No, hell no. Okay, Nelson. What about your power?
All right.
What about you?
I would definitely go with invisibility.
Invisibility?
Fuck that one up.
Invisibility, but every time you go invisible, you break out with herpes sores in your face that everyone can see. So it's just floating herpes sores in the air. People go, what the fuck is that? You're invisible, but your fucking herpes sores aren't.
I choose death. You know what? I'm going to open this up to our Instagram audience. I think this is going to be fun. You guys just pick a superpower. I'll open up a little thing.
And also pick the side effect.
No, we will pick the side effect. I can have some fun with that.
What would Grant's superpower be?
Grant's superpower, he would definitely be like Morph. He would want to be able to change into anybody else's aesthetic.
But every time he shape shifts, there's a carrot in his ass. Like the moment he shifts.
No. Every time he shape shifts, no matter what, micro penis. You're a woman, micro penis.
You're a man,
micro penis.
You're in your normal form, micro penis.
So you can be as good looking as you want, but you still got a little dick.
Don't matter.
That's the curse, right? You got to give it something that the opposite. We once, what made me think of this was there was a show called Misfits.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a UK show that I thought was fucking great. It was funny, but it was also dark at times. But what it did was it was like the superpower that they got was something that they necessarily didn't want, but it was an attribute to who they were. So like the kid who was a pervert, he went invisible.
Yep.
But he can only go invisible
when no one's looking
at him. So he's like, I can go invisible. They're like, no, you can't. Fuck. And, he would go invisible and then hang out in the locker room like a fucking perv. The girl who was a slut.
But if you look at him, like, he turns visible.
No, while he's invisible, he's good, but
Right.
he can never activate his powers while somebody's actively looking at him.
So the one thing he really wanted was people to just kind of believe in him. And nobody did because they're like, you're just a fucking weirdo pervert. Get the fuck out of my face. And he's like, but I could go invisible. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, we don't care. The girl who was a slut, her power was everybody wanted to have sex with her. But everybody. So when she could walk into a room and 10 guys would turn around and be like, I want to fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, it was now too
good for her.
It fucked up though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
she was happy at first. That did not last very long.
Exactly.
Because it was outside of her control. It wasn't like she could use it willingly. It was like rogue. Oops, touched her.
Right. Just her.
She had to fight people.
She had like a pheromone
presence.
that would give off, and everybody in the room wanted to have
What
sex
about wild
with her.
animals? Like, what if she's in like grizzly bear territory?
They did not touch into animals. It was just specifically human beings.
My advice to her would be to avoid horse farms.
Yeah. The one kid who was an asshole, who couldn't stop talking shit, he was the last one to get his powers, and they couldn't figure out what his power was. So the whole episode, he's trying to fly. He's trying to do this. He's trying to do that. He's trying to shoot laser out of his eyes. And something happens where they just fucking kill him, right? And so they bury him and they're like, all right, let's move on. His was immortality. So now you're dead and you're buried in a coffin under the fucking ground.
The whole episode, he's like, I'm getting my power less because I've got the best power. That's what this is. I'm going to have the best power. So then he wakes up in the box. He's like, yeah, I got the... Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, and he winds up turning into just like a bad circus act to make money. He's like, well, I can't die, so just stab me with swords or something, and that's what I'm going to do.
He still feels pain, though, right?
Yes.
Fuck that.
Yes.
Fuck that.
Oh, man. So, like, it was like that. The show had...
But he's immortal, but, like, does he take damage?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So but he can heal. Fuck? He'll heal from everything eventually.
Okay, so he does heal.
But like,
I was gonna say, if you get hit with a dump truck, like, okay, if you're a pile of mush, what the fuck does that matter?
But at like a normal human healing speed, it's not like Wolverine. Like, oh, I'm healing in seconds. It's like, no, you're gonna lay up in the hospital. It's gonna take a long time.
Did he ever get out of the box?
Yes.
He digs himself out eventually.
That sucks.
Yeah, he had to dig himself out.
What if he keeps suffocating over and over
and
again?
dying and then coming back to life?
Fuck
it's fucked
all
up.
that.
Yeah, it's
fuck
fucked
all
up.
that.
So that's a good show. Misfits.
God, fuck that.
It's such a good show.
What if he gets eaten by a shark or something?
I don't think there's any coming back from that. They didn't touch really on like dismemberment.
Yeah, like how far they didn't touch on.
He always died in ways where he was still together.
Is it like a brain cell that he needed, or was it like a significant portion? They didn't go that far into it. They just went far enough to be like, oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, oh, it's a dick move. Yeah. And it happened to the right guy too, because he was, as everyone else called him, a twat.
Yeah,
he's a twat. He's not a cunt. He's a twat.
Well, damn.
Yeah, that's some good shit. Then the one girl who was like the rumor chick, she can hear everybody's thoughts uncontrollably. And guess what? Everybody thought she was an asshole. So like she's in the room and she thinks everybody likes her, but they're just kind of afraid of her because she's an asshole and they don't want to piss her off. So they're like, yeah, we'll definitely hang out with you.
I wouldn't hang out with that
And then she's hearing in their head like, fucking bitch. So, she's like, what'd you say? I'll fucking hit you. I'll fucking, like.
Because they were all stuck with each other. One, because they had got these powers and no one else had them. But they were in a juvie center.
Correct.
So they had to be there for their to make up their community service time.
Right, and that's how they and then everything goes wrong. Like they try to be heroes and they fuck everything
end up killing people.
This is not a good superhero
and...
story. It's so good. Like we're gonna save this person. Fuck, he's dead. What do we do? Now we gotta bury him. And then the next episode, they're building a building there. They gotta go get their fucking body back from where they put it. It's just one fucked up story after another. Really good show. So. Recommend it. One other thing, I guess we can end on this. We saw a trailer, looked pretty good. We're gonna give it the benefit of the doubt, which is Borderlands.
Yeah. Some questionable casting. Some other casting I thought was good, but I'm a fan of Borderlands. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I know. The head of the game was, at least appearance-wise, was very hands-on with the script and the story and the filming. He was there on set while they were doing stuff. So
nice.
Let's give it a shot.
It looks like there should at least be a pretty strong input.
Sure.
From the main creator.
The brief commercial that we seen looked pretty fucking on brand. It looked great, and Jack Black as Claptrap is Claptrap, the best way to go for that.
Jack Black can't really do any wrong, especially after his Bowser portrayal. So
he's fucking great. So I'm waiting to see like what kind of a Claptrap suit he's gonna wear.
And Jamie Lee Curtis and the other chick that
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a little old for their
characters.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell what time frame because. I was thinking maybe it's a bit of a prequel because they have one of the Psycho guys there, but then they have Tiny Tina, who's I'm pretty sure is a later edition.
Tiny Tina was in Borderlands 1. She was. She was a side mission in Borderlands 1.
Okay.
Tiny Tina.
She was in Borderlands 2, I know that.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was 2. But
and then her job class was a character, the Necromancer.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but that was at what, Borderlands?
That was 2.
2 or 3, the Necromancer.
Necromancer was first released in 2 as an add-on.
Okay. Yeah, so I believe Tiny Tina was in 1.
At
least as like one small side mission for the dynamite.
They bounced
or was that part 2?
It might have been 2.
They bounced around the timeline a little bit also because one of the games was a prequel to some of the stuff as well. So
I know Roland was in the first one.
Yeah.
And he was a character in the second game, but he wasn't playable.
Yes.
The engineer was Axton in the second game.
So it's a little weird. I'm not sure where they are timeline wise with the story and all that.
They don't have Brick.
2. She was only in part 2. But here's the thing: Tiny Tina's like Bart Simpson, though, right? She doesn't really age.
Well, she's older in part 3.
Yeah, that's just an effect of the universe. They move it at their own pace of how fast the time is going in the game.
Yeah, so she was in 2, the prequel, and Borderlands 3.
She was in the prequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they call it the pre-sequel.
Yes.
Yeah.
That game,
So I guess she was
sucked.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that game kind of sucked.
Yeah, you know what it was? It didn't live up to the standards that
It was
the
also
original
an Australian
Borderlands had.
studio.
Yeah.
It was an Australian studio that made it.
Fuck those Aussies.
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi. And on that note, thank you for joining us at the Sofa Kingdom podcast. You can find us on all your social media platforms.
Sofa Kingdom OFC.
And on YouTube.
Sofa Kingdom podcast.
Ian, care to lift something heavy on your way out?
I don't want to shit myself. But we would like to clarify here on the Sofa Kingdom podcast that we have no problem with Australia or anyone from down under.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? It's like a fucking 36-hour flight to get over here.
They're pretty scary people, man. They're pretty scary.
Yeah, my name is Eddie. What are you going to do? I'm Eddie.
Their whole country was founded by criminals.
Yeah, and the most poisonous animals, insects, bugs on the fucking
Great
planet.
white, saltwater crocodiles.
Eddie ain't scared, though.
They like a good joke, though.
They do like a good joke.
Actually, they're probably one of the few places that can take a joke these days.
Yeah.
It would seem so.
They should make the X-Men cartoon.
They would revive the ass.
Ain't no flat ass in Australia.
I would love it if they just did it as a joke, and then like the first episode, she like touches somebody and she gets a fat ass again.
Did she touch Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, she runs into Nicki Minaj.